my tail, man, in a rush. I don't know what the deal is with them. Doing 10 miles over the speed limit. So, what kind of advice would you give somebody right now as a parent with a young child, or maybe a person coming out of high school, college? What would you advise them to do with their life? 10 years ago, it was travel, right? Travel, see the world, find out what you want to do. You know, everything was at your disposal. You know, you could do foreign exchange programs, and you could get grants to go to different countries and do studies, and basically be like a 10-year invested college person, deferring your student loans until the end of your college career, where you end up with like a master's or a doctorate in something. As a parent now, feels like that kind of construct is going away slightly. The way that the world has changed, you know, the way that the world has changed with kind of promoting this remote learning, this remote work, this, I don't know. I think it took a little bit of the exploration and the mystical things out of it. You can't go to this country if you don't have this paperwork straight, or you got to have this medical card to go there and this shot to do that. So what's going to be the end of it all? Like, as a parent, do you teach your kid to just be successful for themselves? Is things going like away from the state employees and going to more of the entrepreneur again? Like, I see a lot of people wanting to like get out of these nowhere dead-end jobs. Like, nobody, you know, really wants to invest their entire life on a career with the promise of a pension, compared to like what I'm seeing a lot of people want to just work hard and do it for themselves. Or I see a lot of people that just want to be taken care of, right? They just want to, you know, stay under the threshold so they can get help in different ways. How do you raise your kid? Do you raise your kid to be money hungry and pack everything away, and is that real happiness? Or do you teach them to like be self-sufficient, work for yourself, set your own hours? What's valuable to you? Like, is flexibility valuable? You could take a week off every month. You could take a day off every week. Like, what's the schedule that works best for today's society? Are we trying to reinvent ourselves as being remote and out of the offices, out of the cities, away from commuting, you know, wasting gas to drive 4 hours each way? 2 hours each way, 4 hours total, or sitting in traffic for years on end. Like, where I live now, we don't sit in traffic. You know, it's a great thing, but you got to drive farther. So you're driving a high rate of speed for 45 minutes rather than sitting in traffic for 45 minutes. Like, what would you rather do? What's the purpose of it all? Like, where are we headed? And how do you promote your child to success with those thoughts? Tell them to get a job and get a career, get into a union, get into a steady job, or teach them to be entrepreneurs and hustle. Teach them how to make quotes on services so it's going to make profit. You don't cut your losses or get behind on stuff. Mountains. I don't know if you can see that. Mountains. I dream about going to see places in America. I dream about the Rockies, never been, or Alaska, or some of the southern parts of the country, southwest, you know, Colorado. I want to go visit like antique towns with antique cars and antique parts and things. Americana. Mountains. So these mountains up here are just like weathered. They're rolling. They're, you know, impressive to a flatlander like myself. But, you know, it's awe-inspiring. So that's probably the advice I'm going to give my son, is to learn as much as you can, be as educated as you can in every different aspect of life. You got to be able to fix stuff yourself. You got to be able to deal with stuff financially. I don't want him to rely on anybody to take care of him. There was some shortcomings that I had in my life, like with finances, as I call it, like the accounting jujitsu that you got to learn sometimes to utilize the benefits of things. If it's there to be used, you got to use it. You got to figure out a way to exploit what you can to get ahead, and not abuse it, but definitely use it. You know, we don't want to abuse the privileges that we have in this country. Whoever, whatever country or wherever you're at. Anyway, I got to get some fossil fuels here. So, thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think.